I was just hurt from my previous relationship. I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness and all that sort of stuff. So, I felt like she respected me at the time, and I had a lot of respect for her. And so I just didn't want to say something and then.
Justin Bieber has finally broken his silence, and what he revealed has left millions of fans around the world in shock. For years, people thought Justin had moved on from his past, that the scars of his relationship with Selena Gomez had faded. But his recent emotional confession proves that the pain of that breakup never truly disappeared. In his own words, the separation from Selena didn't just break his heart, it destroyed him. The world has seen Justin evolve from a teenage pop star into a global icon. But behind the fame, lights, and glamour was a young man silently fighting a battle within himself. Their love story began when both were still trying to find their place in the world.
I was just hurt from my previous relationship. I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness and all that sort of stuff. So, to be honest, I don't think I even knew what I was really struggling with at the time. I don't think I knew I was dealing with unforgiveness. I was just in a place where I knew I didn't want to tell her one thing, and I felt like she respected me at the time, and I had a lot of respect for her. And so I just didn't want to say something and then she'd see me off doing something else.
Justin was the rising superstar, Selena the Disney darling who had already stolen the hearts of millions. When the two came together, fans immediately saw them as the perfect couple, beautiful, talented, and full of youthful passion. They were inseparable, seen together at award shows, vacations, and concerts. But fame has a way of testing even the strongest bonds. Between the endless media attention, fan pressure, and the chaos of growing up under the spotlight, their love started to crumble from the inside. When the breakup finally happened, Justin's world turned upside down. In one of his most emotional moments, he admitted that he didn't recognize himself anymore. He said, "I just didn't know who I was without her. I lost myself completely." Those words carried the weight of someone who had built his entire emotional world around a single person. And when that world collapsed, he was left standing in the ruins. Friends and insiders revealed that Justin went through sleepless nights, constant guilt, and deep sadness. He stopped performing for a while, avoided interviews, and deleted several posts on social media that reminded him of their past. The boy who once smiled on stage was now struggling to find a reason to keep going. There were moments when Justin's emotions spilled into the public eye. Fans remember the concerts where he broke down mid-performance, tears streaming down his face as he sang songs like "Nothing Like Us" and "Love Yourself." Those weren't just performances, they were open wounds. Every lyric, every note seemed to carry memories of what once was. Behind every smile was a storm he couldn't hide. He tried to bury the pain with fame, with music, with distractions. But the more he tried to run, the more it chased him. In interviews, Justin later confessed that the breakup didn't just hurt emotionally, it affected his entire sense of identity. He said he began questioning who he was, why he was famous, and what it all meant. He even admitted that his relationship with God suffered during those years. "I was angry at God, angry at everyone. I couldn't understand why love hurt this much," he said. Those words reflected the raw pain of a man who had been shattered from the inside. Every song he wrote during that time carried traces of heartbreak and confusion. It was as if the music was his therapy, his way of bleeding quietly through melodies instead of tears. Meanwhile, Selena Gomez was also on her own journey of healing. She poured her emotions into her art, using music as her voice to process the pain. Songs like "Lose You to Love Me" became an anthem of heartbreak and growth. But every time Selena released a song about love or loss, the world turned to Justin. Was it about him? Was he listening? According to those close to him, he was. People close to Justin claimed that he often replayed Selena's songs late at night, quietly listening and reflecting. It wasn't about obsession, it was memory. She had been such a big part of his life that letting go felt impossible. Justin eventually admitted that he carried the pain of that breakup for years. It wasn't something that simply faded with time or fame. He said the heartbreak was a turning point, the moment that forced him to face his demons. The truth was, he wasn't just fighting the loss of love, he was fighting himself, the guilt, the insecurities, and the darkness that fame had brought with it. He said, "That breakup taught me how fragile love is and how powerful forgiveness can be." Those words marked the beginning of Justin's transformation. But before the healing came, the chaos. The world watched as Justin went through controversies, breakdowns, and public outbursts. Headlines screamed that he was out of control. Yet few understood the truth, that he was still hurting, still processing everything he had lost. He was a man battling not the world, but his own reflection. "I wasn't fighting people, I was fighting myself," he admitted. That line revealed the depth of his struggle. Behind every public mistake was a young man trying to make sense of his pain. Eventually, Justin began to rebuild. He found faith again and learned to slow down. He met Hayley, the woman who helped him find peace and stability after years of emotional chaos. Their relationship gave him hope, but even then, Justin didn't deny that his past had left deep scars. He said, "I'll always care for her. She played a big part in my life, but I had to learn to let go." That simple sentence broke the internet. Some fans saw it as closure, others saw it as proof that the love between Justin and Selena never truly died. Today, Justin Bieber stands not as the teenage heartthrob the world once knew, but as a man who has fought his way through heartbreak, fame, and self-doubt. His emotional confession isn't just about Selena, it's about learning to live with the pain and finding meaning beyond it. He's still fighting, but the fight is different now. It's not about proving himself to the world or holding on to the past. It's about finding peace, balance, and forgiveness. His story is one of heartbreak, faith, and redemption. It's a reminder that even those who seem to have everything, money, fame, love, can still be broken inside. But it also shows that no pain lasts forever. Through the storms, through the tears, through the heartbreak, Justin Bieber found a new version of himself. A man who understands that love isn't always about holding on, sometimes it's about learning to let go. As his journey continues, one thing is certain: Justin Bieber is still fighting. Not for fame, not for the past, but for peace. Because sometimes the hardest battles are the ones fought in silence. And Justin Bieber's silence has finally been broken, not with anger, but with truth, vulnerability, and a heart that has finally